Welcome everyone. I am your favorite artist, Artist Extraordinary One, and this is the School of Creative Hustle online. So today I have an amazing 3-part DIY tutorial for you. I've been receiving so many requests over the last 4 years to address one simple theme, and that is authentic waistbead design. So I have taken everything that I've known and created this course which will take you through the tools, the supplies, the colors, and strategies to create beautiful designs. Everything you need to know, including starter kits, so you can just jump right in and make your own waist beads that you can wear or sell. So let's just get started. Before I get into the tutorial, I just want to talk about the School of Creative Hustle on Patreon. And as you know, some of my tutorials are free because I really want people to have access to information, and hopefully if you like this, you'll come along and pay for more advanced courses. But you can go to Patreon now and express your appreciation if you find value in the things that I'm telling you and you think it's so dope. Definitely go there and leave a donation. And if you just want to support this kind of work, you know, of me as an entrepreneur, as an artist, someone who's teaching you from the point of view of having had to make it all by myself, and the lessons that come out of that sort of journey, there's a value. There's some of you out there who are also starting from scratch, starting from the bottom, and you can benefit from hearing tutorials that are presented from that point of view and from that type of experience. So if you love this and you want to see more, definitely support on Patreon. And that's all I'm going to say for now. Let's just jump into who is this DIY tutorial made for. So you might be wondering, did she make this tutorial for me? Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you who this tutorial is made for, because I know you might be wondering, yo, I left Shorty a message on her video mad years ago and she never got back. Well, this tutorial is for people who commented on my original waistbead video back in 2012 or so. This is for people who want to know more about the string I use. That's been a common question. Who want to know more about which beads to use and what are the differences between the beads. This tutorial is for people who like jewelry and who like to create and want to try a new style of jewelry to make. This tutorial is, let's see, who else is this tutorial for? This tutorial is for people who like to make and sell crafts and want to expand their offering. This is for people who want an alternative. This tutorial and making these waist beads is for people who want an alternative to tracking their weight gain and their weight loss. And you might be like, what? How with waist beads? But that's one of the things I'm going to be getting into further and talk about that. And this is for people, this tutorial is for people who are not African or African American and are wondering, can I wear waist beads? You know, would I be a culture vulture if I want to rock these? Well, I'm going to address those sorts of questions too. So if you fall into the category of any of the above, you definitely want to watch this tutorial. And if you don't fall into the category of any of the above and you're just plain old curious, or you like my beautiful smile, well then, this tutorial is for you too. So here we go. Now I'm going to tell you what you can expect to learn. Here we go. Alright, it's always good to know what you're gonna learn before you start learning. At least that's kind of how I like my classes. So I'm going to do the same for you, make it very clear as to what you can expect. So here we go. What you will learn. You will learn a brief history about waist beads. I am born in America. I'm African American. So for all you continental Africans out there, the history I will share is a reflection of my research and my limited knowledge. I'm not claiming to be the master of the universe in terms of knowing about waist beads, but I know a thing or two. And I encourage those who have more expertise, feel free to comment on the history in the comment section. Another thing you will learn is the meaning that people assign to colors. I know that's a question that comes up a lot, is what colors should I use, what colors should I wear, and what do these colors mean? And I'm going to get into that. Obviously, this is about how to create the waist beads themselves. So a step-by-step process, and the waist bead design that I'll be teaching you does not require a clasp. It does not require a closure or any sort of metal at all. And this style of creating waist beads, you can make them one size, and then they can be fit for several other sizes. So you don't have to have your customer measure their waist in advance. You can make it in this one particular way, and it can fit several sizes. So I'm going to reveal that to you. Also, some ideas about selling the waist beads. And I will inform you as to how you can order a starter kit to create your own waist beads instantly without shopping around and risking buying the wrong materials and going into the art supply store, which can be so overwhelming if you're not used to it. Not that I think that you should run away from things that are overwhelming or intimidating, but if you're just ready to just get in and start designing and creating, I have starter kits. And basically how to buy beads made by me. I rarely make waist beads anymore, but if you just want to have my personal touch and want to buy beads made by me, well, that's something else you'll learn in this video, is how you can actually buy them directly from me. And again, if you love the things that I'm talking about and this is exciting, I have several other courses I've planned to share. I've reconfigured my whole life just so that I can focus on creating online tutorials and online courses. So go to the School of Creative Hustle Patreon and show me that you want to be a part of my student roster and you want to see courses that address art and entrepreneurship and creative practice, because that's pretty much my commitment right now. So that's that. So let me go on to the next section, which is, why should we listen to her? Better ask somebody, better act like you know who I am. Well, let's get into that. Why should they listen to Jocelyn? Why does she think she is extraordinary? Well, let me give you a little brief background about who I am. I am Jocelyn Marie Goode, also known as Artist Extraordinary 1. I am a creative mastermind hustler coming from Queens, New York. Queens get the money. And I basically spent the last 25 years of my life training to become an artist. I never gave up. I started at 13 and here I am. If you could do your math, you'll know how old I am. But yes, I've been committed to learning about art and becoming the best artist. I just love to create. I love to paint. And so yes, so I know about art. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I know several things. So that's one reason why you should listen to me. I do have several disciplines that I've been able to master, and I've been self-employed for the last 11 years. So I haven't had an employer or a boss. I've definitely had contracts and commissions and gigs, of course, to sustain me, but I've been self-employed and have been able to use my know-how in business, in art, and design to create a lifestyle that matches who I am. And part of who I am is a mom. I am a sole provider to 2 children. My sons are 8 and 11 at the time of this recording, and I've been able to be there as a parent, figuring out how to use my skills as an artist and bring them to the market in a way that they're needed, and therefore get paid to do what I love and to be there for my kids, which is really important to me. In terms of my education, I have, you ready? It's long. I have a BA in French and Fine Arts. Ah oui, je parle français de temps en temps. I also have a post-baccalaureate certificate from the San Francisco Art Institute in painting. I have an Associates of Arts degree from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandise in San Francisco. That's FIT sister school for those of you in New York who are familiar. And I specialized in graphic design with an emphasis on branding for fashion and entertainment. So that was a really cool degree to get, because now I can create art and I can create graphics, and that's really opened up my potential as an artist and entrepreneur. Let's see, what else? I've been an educator, an arts educator for the last 15 years. So since I came out of college, I've been working and using art as a tool for social justice, specifically working with young people incarcerated in jail. I've worked with kids incarcerated in San Francisco Juvenile Hall, to kids at Crossroads in Brownsville, working with kids, adjudicated kids and young people in the system, as well as working in a retirement home teaching watercolor to disabled seniors, people who have very limited mobility, and art being a way for them to express even if they cannot talk or they cannot move. I have used art to teach in Rochdale in Queens, where I'm from. I've been teaching tons of courses in tons of non-traditional places and really helping folks to reignite their imagination and believe in their power to create, and how creating gives us an opportunity to connect, to express, and also to earn. Let's see, what else do you want to know? I ran my own brand marketing business for 8 years, and I've illustrated 2 children's books. Over the last 3 years, since I was in New York for 3 years, I came back and I started a nonprofit called CultureCocoa ArtHouse. I've painted 10 murals in New York City, including a digital mural, New York City's first pop-up LED art wall. My work is currently on display on Jamaica Avenue in Queens, New York, and that one required digital painting. And I've collaborated with lots of folks, and I guess what else can I say? I'm an extra in Prince's newly released video, Mary Don't Weep. So you can Google my name if you want to know more about me. But basically, I've been in this space trying to figure out how to make it as a mom with 2 kids, going through the hardship of being Black in America, with this amazing brain, with some amazing education, and with people around me who believe. And I'm here to share with you the things I've learned, but also the encouragement that you can go out there and that you can make it too with your creativity. So let's talk about the waist beads and why I'm authorized to teach you about waist beads. Back in 2012, I had a waist bead business. It was called Beads Build Ghana. And I had a couple of partners. One of them was a woman from Ghana, West Africa, and she was the one who made the beads. And then I had a partner here in New York, in California, where I was living at the time. And between him and myself, we were responsible for distributing and marketing the waist beads. Now that business, unfortunately, didn't last as long as I would have hoped, but what I did gain from it, aside from just the experience of trying and failing, so anyone who tries and fails, trust me, that's actually super valuable for your long-term experiences. But I learned the authentic way, or an authentic way of creating waist beads. And I see a lot of folks out there creating them with these elastic strings that pop, or these really thin materials, or these metallic clasps that rot. And this method, it doesn't require any of that. These are really durable, simple, but yet long-lasting and strong waist beads. And so through running that business, selling the waist beads, and just educating folks about, here in the States, they're not as common as they are in other parts of the world. So just through the years of selling them, promoting them, encouraging people to embrace their bodies and using waist beads as a crown to adorn your hips, I've been able to learn a lot of skills and a lot of things you would want to know in creating your own waist bead design. And finally, the outcome of this is that you will actually be able to make your own. You will be able, once you watch this whole tutorial, you can even skip ahead. I mean, I don't suggest skipping ahead because, you know, God is in the details and you might miss a piece of information, but you can skip ahead right to the part where I show you how to string them up and stuff. But you will be able to make your own. You will be able to think about going into business. Think about how you might distribute and sell your own designs. So to me, those are really empowering things, and that's really part of my mission, is to use creativity and design as tools of self-empowerment and social progress. You know, we can imagine things, bring them to life, and they can provide us with opportunities to change our reality instead of waiting for someone to hire us, or, you know, some politician, or for the pie in the sky to appear on a plate. So I'm all about doing it yourself. That's why this is DIY tutorial. So that pretty much concludes part 1, and now we're ready for part 2. So here we go.